Now it's crazy because you even just you telling me that you wanted to do it, like that meant a lot.
Yeah.
Just
I
being
see you
honest.
putting in the work, man. I know what it's like when you starting from the bottom. Not that you started from the bottom, but just like,
Oh, I did.
right, you know what I'm saying? Like, just been putting in the work. I've been paying attention.
No, I appreciate you, bro. And it's first and foremost, I wanted to give you your flowers, right?
Appreciate you.
Like for real, bro. Like coming from Baltimore, you were
Yeah.
like the epitome of like success, right? And I know for you, it's probably like, man, I'm still climbing.
For sure.
But for niggas like us, bro, and I still speak for the niggas that's in the trenches because I feel like I'm still on my way up.
Absolutely.
Bro, you are, I mean, nothing short of legendary, bro.
Appreciate you, dog. I carry that on my back, man. I carry that, bro. I it's like, you know, sometimes you don't realize when you in the war, when you in the dirt still, you don't realize the influence or the impact. Because in my mind, it's like I'm humble, like you know what I'm saying. But I'm serious about what I do. But I stay humble because I know I remember where I come from. You know what I'm saying? I still got niggas back home. I still got family back at the crib. So it's like I never get too like over my head with the shit. But I know who I am at the same time.
No, that's a fact, bro.
Yeah.
How hard, you said I carry that on my back.
Yeah.
Yo, it's funny because I always talk about like coming from the city, it's kind of like this extra pressure or like a necessity that you put on and say you from the city, wherever you go. I'm from Baltimore. And when you say like I carry that on my back, it's like I feel that. Is that a hard burden to carry?
Put it like this. It's like when people ask me like, yo, what keeps you motivated? Because there's so many times that people thought that I was gonna give up on music. Not even just music, just on my journey, my career, getting back to where I guess you could say I left off in terms of what people expect. For me, it's knowing where I came from that keep me going. You know, I don't always go home a lot. I don't always do stuff back at the city. But like, I went through so much. I experienced a lot of joy and a lot of pain. And it's what keeps me driven, that strength. It's like kinetic energy. It's like I'm still carrying kinetic energy from, remember when Black Panther put the black suit on and he was getting hit and all this shit was happening and they was just giving him more power. That's what I felt like, you know, and I just turned that into hustle. I turned that into perseverance. I turned that into focus. I turned that into, nigga, no matter how many doors close, nigga, I'm gonna keep kicking these bitches down until I get to where I wanna be. And everybody around me gotta have that same energy.
Yo,
and
look,
so yeah.
Just looking at it just make me
me?
smile, bro, because like it feel like even this our first time really meeting and like your success is just like it feel like it's a part. It feel like that's some of my success.
It is,
nigga. It's like, bro,
for sure.
It's close. We see it. We got the blueprint. But you know it's crazy because like, and I wanted to ask you this. Coming from Baltimore, one of the conversations that we have, like all the artists, is, man, we don't have a lot of niggas on. Niggas ain't on because niggas get on and they don't ever come back and put on for the city.
Yeah.
And I'm like, was that the conversation when you was coming up, or was you too young to even have that conversation?
I feel like I didn't start to understand that until later on when I started seeing niggas from other places pop off and have cliques and have, you know, cosigns. Because really it's about the cosign. You feel me? And because a lot of times they don't even be like niggas really fucking with each other like, oh, we grew up together. In some cases, but like a lot of times it's just like, yo, I fuck with you because you from this city and it's a cosign and then we link up and we do whatever. I just feel like there's more quantity in other cities and a lot of other cities have more opportunities around that has been built into the city that somebody else laid the foundation for. That like gives them platforms. Like for example, right? You come to a city like where we are now. Why you come to Atlanta? Why you even go somewhere else? Because it's affordable to live here. It's a lot of resources here.
Opportunity.
It's a lot of opportunity, right? So that has to be created. And so, you know, think about all the artists that came out of Baltimore. Everybody kind of had short-lived careers in a lot of ways, right? Or they maybe only had, they were still hustling to get to a place where it was sustainable. You know what I'm saying? Whether you talk about groups or whether you talk about like different artists, solo artists. So it's like, in order to continue to have success with no cosigns, and you on an island by yourself, really, when you're coming from Baltimore, you on an island by yourself in the motherfucking ocean. That's how I feel. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm at the point now where it's though like I grind. This my first, like this is like these are my veteran years. Nigga been in the game for 20 years. Now I got the knowledge whereas though I can really put my foot in the dirt, back in the dirt, and be like, all right, let me carry. You know what I'm saying? But until I get back to where it's sustainable, where I can put a lot of motherfuckers under me and be like, yo, come on, we going? That's what I'm working towards. So it ain't over for Baltimore yet. Trust me. I got a vision, and it's bigger than music. It's a lot more talent than just music. You got artists. You got a lot of smart people, hustlers, creatives.
There's a lot of creatives in the city, bro.
You feel me? And so it ain't over yet. We still here, bro. It's never too late. But it's also about you gotta have the mindset. You can't just be talented without the mindset.
No, that's a fact.
Feel me? So
it's crazy because like somebody was telling me like, bro, you can't put your city on in your city, and I ain't really understand
that's
that.
Deep.
Because what happened is like
people don't believe.
Right, like you're so talented, and it's like only thing you have to show the city is the city, right? But when I moved to Atlanta, like even to have the opportunity to interview you is because the work was put in Atlanta, because I had opportunity to meet with other people.
I'm here because you was consistent.
Yeah,
nigga.
for sure.
Nah, nigga.
No, I mean, let me not.
But also what you doing, but
the
like
work speak for itself though.
But what you doing is like you being persistent, dog. You know what I'm saying? You was like, nigga, you put the real.
Because niggas don't know that.
Look at like I don't do a lot of interviews.
No, you don't.
Because I don't really like interviews like that, unless it's like real talk and it's like something that's like, yo, people gonna get something different from me. Nigga, if it ain't something that people feeling different, I don't want to do it. Like, just be used for clickbait. Like, nah. So
yeah, nah. And it's crazy because I say that to say like, just coming out here doing interviews with different people who wouldn't stop at Baltimore. Because usually what happened is they come to the north, they go to New York, right? They might go to Philly, they skip over Baltimore and go straight to DC.
Yeah.
So now that I'm in Atlanta, I'm able to get bigger interviews, and then every time I sit down, I'm from Baltimore. You feel me? So that's, in a way, that's like putting on for the city.
For sure.
And then eventually, when I get much bigger, I can go in the city. I can set up home, and then I can bring them back home. But I can't do that on a come up. Like, who the fuck
I know
are
what you mean.
You
gotta leave. Like, you gotta lead a nest, man. And it's okay to do that. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people feel like, oh, if I leave, then it's like I'm turning my back on it. No, like you gotta lead a nest. One thing about Baltimore, bro, is that I lost the accent, you know what I'm saying, to a certain degree.
Me, almost.
Look, you know what I'm saying? It's still there a little bit, but if you from Baltimore, it'll never leave you. Never. Like the energy never leave you.
Never. And niggas can't fuck with us. I'm sorry. The work ethic is different.
The energy never leave you. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's in itself a representation of in some good ways and some bad ways. Is there certain parts of myself that I had to heal in order to be successful, more successful? I was antisocial. I didn't fuck with nobody. Like when I tell you, like, nigga, people thought I was an asshole. They be like, yo, he like, you know what I'm saying, to a certain degree. But at the same time, I was humble, but I never really opened my arms to people like that. Even my peers. I had to learn that, like, yo, you gotta really embrace motherfuckers. Like, everybody ain't out to hurt you.
How do you embrace niggas when I don't think that's your fault? Because I feel the same way. I don't fuck with
not
niggas because niggas don't fuck with me.
But a lot of times,
until it's beneficial. Fuck these niggas.
It's true, bro. It's true.
Well, sorry, my language. I'm getting passionate. My bad.
Nah, but it's real shit. It's real shit. You know, I feel the same way. I just don't say it. You know what I'm saying? But it's like I realized that it was hurting me more than it was helping me. That mindset. For example, when you go to war, like when people go to war, there's still rules. There's still rules in war, right? Or at least from what the movie shows, like, all right, when it's time to go to war, you know, everybody got nuclear bombs, but it's rules to how you can use the shit.
Facts.
Like you could be, you see people who got nukes still going to shake hands with other presidents they used to hate each other 10 years ago, 5 years ago. It's the same shit. We at war in this shit. Like we at war with making sure people know who we are, understand our work ethic. People gonna always sleep on you until they see you doing what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? They ain't gonna clap for you. They ain't gonna be the first person to clap for you. That's never gonna happen. It's not human nature, right? And so at the end of the day, I realized that, you know what? This game gonna run without you or with you. And it's a lot out here for you, but you gotta go get it. And in order to get it, you gotta play the game to a certain degree. And that's what I realized. And that mindset changed my life. Now, you just gotta create your own war strategy that works for you. Because the same shit that worked for you might not work for me. Same shit that worked for me, not gonna work for you.
Facts.
And so I just kind of took that mindset and just took it to another level of like, you know, I am who I am. At the end of the day, I got a vision and a mission. If that means like motherfucker gotta misinterpret you for a minute so to get you later, then that's what it is. It ain't going, as long as it ain't disrespect or whatever. Fuck what people think. Keep doing your shit.
No, that's a fact. And bro, I hope you got some time because I don't want to. I'm spending some time on Baltimore, but I got we got the project that's coming, the single that's out. You feel me? But speaking of Baltimore, yo, and I just want to use this time while I'm sitting next to you. Rest in peace, my guy, White Boy, producer that came from out of Baltimore. He was on the come up. He just got killed. Right. Send my condolences to the entire city, man. We lost a good one. But like, you know, when people mention Baltimore, of course they mention The Wire. They mention like all of the violence in Baltimore. But one thing that you and I understand importantly, next to like the murders and the violence that people skip over, is the substance abuse. And not only what it do to the city itself and the communities and the grown-ups in the city, but what it do to the kids, bro. Like my mom's is on drugs for a long time.
Wow.
Rest in peace. God bless her soul. Your mom's passed away from a overdose.
Yes.
And like what people don't understand is it's more than just the substance abuse and what they going through, but the shit that it put us through as children.
Absolutely. It's mental, it's emotional, it's spiritual. It's just traumatizing all the way across the board. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you live with it and you like you firsthand witness it on every level. Every fucking level. From watching it being done to the effects of it to watching somebody you love just kind of like deteriorate in front of your eyes. And while it seems like it's a choice, it really is a disease. Substance abuse really is a disease, you know what I'm saying? And it's the influences of it can come from their own trauma. It could come from making one mistake and trying some shit and just getting it on it, you know? But I think that a lot of that shit does come from trauma. It does come from, well, with my mother, she had a car accident. You know what I'm saying? She was paralyzed for like, I can't remember exactly how long I was so young. I think like a few years. And they told her she'd never walk again. She was playing tennis in college, everything. She was one of the top players in Maryland at the time. She had full scholarships, all of that. And I was like, shit, maybe like 5 or 6. I was young, and during this time, and she started using because of that.
What she was using?
As a like heroin.
Yeah, my mom's did probably everything. Heroin, crack, like all of it.
She never fucked with crack.
My mom's did.
That's
all
crazy.
And I don't want to like put my mom, because I love my mom's.
Nah, but we having real talk. This shit is real
that's
shit.
That's the thing I wanted to talk to you about, because like as men, you know, we had this conversation of like not having feelings and shit.
Yeah.
And like one thing I heard you say was like, man, you know, I love my mom's, right? And like you was intentional about going back and just building that relationship.
Yeah.
And part of it was like, man, if she ain't go through what she went through, I wouldn't be who I am. And it's like, is that true? Like I get it, because the pain forces to push forward.
That I said that. That's what I said.
Like it was something. It wasn't that verbatim.
No, because I may have said that.
It was something along those lines, though.
I don't know the context of how I said it, but I would say that like even through her addiction, she saw my talent at a young age, and she knew that music was an outlet for me. And I think for her, it was like, yo, let me get him on this. Let me put like you know how some people put their children in sports. Let me surround him with what I love, music. You feel me? So that he has something to distract him from whatever the fuck is going on out here, you know? And so if it wasn't for her doing that, I definitely wouldn't be where I'm today. And I think what I said was
the pain,
more,
you wouldn't be able to survive in the industry.
Yes, that's what I was talking about.
Yeah.
I was talking about more so like, you know, just like everything I went through with her prepared me for like this shit that we do. And this shit, like there's so many different dark moments in the industry as an artist. The ups and downs, the flowers, and them being taken away. It's like,
I put you on this pedestal, but I can strip it off too.
You feel me? And it's not even like planned that way. It just happens that way because that's just how it works.
And that's life, ups and downs. You gotta have some ups and downs.
But when you in a spotlight, if your mental is not strong enough to handle it, and you still push through, and you still know how to move in a room, Jay-Z said it best, man. That's why he one of the GOATs. Like, you gotta know how to move in a room full of vultures. Vultures ain't always like straight out to kill you right away. Vultures just mean like they just trying to feed off your energy. Everybody feeding off your energy. You selling energy. We selling energy. The music is selling energy, bro. And that's the science behind it. But in that is like what you going through. Your personal life don't matter. It don't matter to people. It's like, what can I get out of you? How much energy can you give me so that we can have success? So going through everything I went through helped me to be able to persevere through that and learn. It forced me to go and get myself together spiritually. That was a part of why I was gone so long too. During that hiatus time, I was doing a lot of spiritual work. I became a mystic. I've been a mystic for the last 12 years. Well, 10 years, right? And that's just me, my studies, everything from the mind to spirituality, world religion, anything you can imagine, I've probably read a book on it in some way, shape, or form. So that really helped me to understand how to navigate through the process of creation, destruction, mental stability, the energy, the God-given energy that God gave me to move with, and how to protect that. And all of it's like one big gumbo that I mix together, and I find the corresponding links and I balance it up.
Because I was gonna ask you, it's funny because I hear you talk about it a lot, like how you became a mystic.
Yeah.
And you super big on energy.
Yeah.
And but one thing that I wanted to bring up, but you said it though, I don't think I've heard you speak about God as much as you speak about the energy part of it. And I was gonna ask you, what about that?
That's a great question, right? And so the way I see God is that like there's no separation between me and God. Like I don't put anything, like I don't put like, okay, I got to do this in order for God to love me. I got to do this in order to get to heaven, or I got to do this. I don't think like that. I don't have a religious outlook on life, because if I did, I probably would have gave up on music a long time ago. Because in the Bible, everything about what we do is wrong, quote unquote, right? Especially if you talk to like super religious people. I grew up in church. I sang in church, you know, but I was going to church, but then I was going home and seeing drugs and seeing all types of. I was going home and getting our house raided. You know what I'm saying? Cops busting through the door. It was like, it wasn't my grandmother's fault. It wasn't our parents' fault, but we were just surrounded by so much of that. And so it was just like, all right, as a kid, you like, nah, this shit is about choices. This shit ain't about, this shit, God loves me regardless. This shit is real. Life is really about choices and cause and effect. And the science behind life is all around us, right? God is all around us. So I don't see any separation. So I don't feel like I need to force. I talk to God every day. I pray every day, right? But I feel God's presence around me 24/7. So I don't feel the separation. I don't feel the need to like prove to people that, oh, I believe in the same God as you. I don't think like that. As I move, I let my light be a reflection of what God does for me. And if it wasn't for God, I wouldn't be here. You know, so I give it all the glory to God. All the glory.
No, I mean, it's interesting, and it's good to hear you say that, because like I said, I never really hear that part of it. That's why I wanted to be curious. But I want to go back to, you know, our moms, right? And that substance abuse and the effect that it had on us. One thing you said that I say a lot, like if it wasn't for that struggle, we wouldn't be able to move through the situations we moved through. And I feel like, of course, that's me giving my mom's grace, right? Because I love her to death. She instilled a lot of positive things in me, which I'm sure your moms did the same with you. But like, you know, just going through therapy, I understood that I can forgive my moms, but also understand the pain that it caused me. Right. And it like,
because that's your truth. Like you can't.
Exactly. And as much as it's true that it probably prepared us for the bullshit, more you than I, because you seen, I mean, a different level of success. But I feel like that's not true, because we see so many. I mean, I don't want to make it a race thing. We see so many people in other cultures who came from success stories and are able to move in a better way because they have the experience, not just the trauma, right?
Or resources.
You get what I'm saying? The resources, and they taught it. They didn't learn through the BS, right? They learned through the good things and what not to do. We learned through the fire. You know what I'm saying? That made that gave us a lot of pain.
But that's been happening, especially in this country. That's been happening to us
forever,
for years, for hundreds of years. You know what I'm saying? It's just the system and how it happens has just changed. Right? You think about the jail system, you think about the streets, you think about how drugs get in the streets, how the guns get in the streets, you think about the fact that we have unhealthy foods. We don't have access. When I travel, and we talk about living in LA, like there's a lot of resources for healthy foods in LA, even though there's still bullshit because a lot of the healthy foods are now GMO and processed. But like, I'm just saying in general, I can go to a Era One or a Whole Foods and get vitamins and healthy foods. In the hood, you can't do that.
Right.
You can't go to it, and we're gonna change that. But that's just one aspect of why our minds, our bodies, our influence, everything that we're surrounded by is toxic. And so what do we expect to have? You know what I'm saying? And it's not a child that just grew up in a family that can't afford to live a healthy life. It's not their fault. They grew up in a toxic environment, right? And so we already have the lower hand in that. And so these types of conversations, these types of platforms, and just where we are in the world right now is a level of consciousness that's flowing, that's going up. You know what I'm saying? And so now is the time that we have to like tell the truth. And you know, even going back to the God conversation, they want you to feel like everything you do, you're condemned constantly. It's like, oh, you gotta go do this and you're doing this because, you know, I hate when people say, oh, like your family is cursed or you're cursed because of this or you're cursed because of that. No, it's just, this is just, it's by proximity. All of these things are happening because we're in proximity to a system that's already fucked up. When you change your proximity, you change your experiences. When you change your mind, when you change your mind and the way you view life, no matter if you're in the middle of fucking the most toxic place, if you change your mind, you could be in the same space with someone and live a completely different reality because of the way you think. And that's one of the most important secrets about your existence and your connection to the universe, your connection to God. Let's take the word God out of it and the way you think about it. Just think about existence and cause and effect. And when I say that, because I know some people are like, hey, taking God out. No, I don't mean it. I'm just saying mindset wise, see no separation between you and God. Everything that you think and everything that you feel is immediate. You may not see it in this realm because this is the lowest frequency. It doesn't happen here first. It happens in the mind first, in the universal God mind first, and then it's manifested here. But you have to create the space for it, and creating the space for it is allowing your mind to coagulate all of these things you feel. So it's emotions, your mind, all of that shit creates your reality. And so we got to teach the kids that, and we got to teach them that their tongue and what you speak about, what you listen to, all of that is creating the reality you're experiencing. And I say that with the utmost belief because I see it in my life every day. If I'm in a space, if I let myself go to a dark space, everything in my world starts to like turn into that type of energy. It's still usable energy, but it's not sustainable when it comes to creating high vibrational experiences.
It's kind of like the saying, like it rains, it pours. Like when it rains, it pours.
Absolutely.
Right? And like it's funny because they say how you do one thing could be how you do everything. So in a moment of you being upset, right? Hypothetically, let's say I come here, I set up.
It's like, why you upset?
Yeah.
That's why you got to start there. That's the crazy part.
Right, but let's say it just spills over, right? Like I come in, let's say, I don't know, a camera don't work. Now I'm upset. Right. In my mind, the camera don't work. So now I forget to bring something else. Right. Now it just keep rolling over instead of saying, okay, this don't work. Let me see how I can make good for what the rest of what I have.
Exactly. And so right there, that's what you talk about, like other races of people and other people who like just have a different mindset because they don't have the trauma that we have. We automatically go to the most negative thing in a lot of ways, especially where we come from. We think the most negative shit, like, oh, this happening to me because it is. Like, no, like sometimes shit happens, and your job as a creator, you know, you look at the word, like there's some acronyms for the word, like a governor, operator, and destroyer, right? God. We look at it like we govern, we operate, and we destroy, or we create, whatever. You literally can create out of whatever bad situation, another situation that either teaches you how to pivot better, or it could be another better outcome. You just never tried that direction because you're comfortable with this way. So in life, there's multiple different corresponding points to everything. And so if you understand the rule of correspondence, then you understand there's always another point and there's always another direction. So I think that it's just about looking for the solutions instead of like focusing on the problem.
Let's stay at the mindset, bro. You left Baltimore for some time and you came back because of the substance abuse and your little brother and everything that was going on, right? To be there for your family.
Yeah, I moved back to Baltimore from Jersey to just like, be close to my mom and like just help her out. Yeah. Because I was at the point I'm like, I got some paper now, like I can go and like, I thought I knew what to do. I thought I was ready.
Right. And you was
I was 19 at the time.
You said this in essence. You was like how like you was intentional about like rebuilding that friendship, right?
Absolutely.
But it's another side of that where, and maybe I'm speaking for myself, but I'm just curious, where like, and I'm gonna just speak candidly, like it hurts so much that I'm not as close to my mom's, but it's like I wanna be, but I can't fake it because I really had to bring myself up. I had to, you know what I'm saying? I had to take care of myself. And it was like, I wanna be your friend. I want to be connected. But sometimes when you can love somebody, but like just energy is real, connection is real, like the real. Chemistry is real. So when you don't have that chemistry with somebody, you can love them, but it's only with so much. And I'm not gonna lie, like to this day, my mom's still here and I love her to death. I talk to her every day, but it hurts because I want that, but I don't. Like even my pops died. It hurt that I wasn't hurt, if that makes sense. Because I wanted to feel that pain, but I couldn't because he was never there. I just
fucking literally.
You get what I'm saying? Like that hurts. Like what? How was it when you went home and you was trying to be intentional about building this relationship? How was that with you and your mom's?
Man, shit. It was opposite for me. For me, I had to learn the opposite way. I would say I left Baltimore again after realizing that this shit was about to destroy me. It was destroying me. It was, nothing could tell me that I couldn't change her mind about her choices. But when I realized love wasn't enough, when I realized money wasn't enough, when I realized nothing was enough and that she had to make that, when you're 19 years old, you don't understand human behavior that much. You just understand cause and effect a little bit, and you just understand everything that you learning that's around. You learning about trial and error. You fall and you get back up. All I knew in life was just every time I fell, I knew I was going to get back up, whether it's a bad decision or whatever. And so I learned later, I stayed back home for like 4, almost 5 years. And then I ended up moving to LA for the first time, like really moving, because some shit that went down with me and my mom. And it was just like, all right, bro, like what the fuck?
That was the, what's the name, incident, right?
Yeah. It was a crazy incident that wasn't true, and it was just because I was in proximity to it when it was real. Like I could hide a lot of shit between us. I hid it for years. I did do a documentary, but that was whatever. But whatever was going on, I tried to not let it show. But I couldn't hide everything because it was just Baltimore small, and shit was just getting so real to the point where I'm like looking for her, driving down, you know what I'm saying, different alleys and shit, and don't just, you feel me, like just doing shit just impulsively, like, yo, nah, bro, like I had to leave.
Looking back on it though, like I know your mom was gone and everything, but like, do you think about how bad that hurt and what the shit that it did to you? Sometimes I think about it while I'm sitting by myself and just like, if I allow myself to go there, but I really don't allow myself to go there, to be honest with you. I had counseling one time. I did it, but I ain't really like follow through with it. No, I did, but I just never continued it. I'm a workaholic. I think I really mask a lot of my pain by working really fucking hard. Right.
And that's why I feel like it's a beautiful, bittersweet thing.
I say that because like you had mentioned somewhere that like I think you yearning for that love from your mom's kind of made you like promiscuous in a way.
Nigga,
no, I say that because like I swear to God, bro, I don't know if it
was real shit though.
Yeah, I don't know if it brought tears to my eyes, but I told my fiance this like real years ago, like because I didn't.
It's just like my definition of love and connection came. It's more toxic. It's a little bit more like. it's not. There's a part of my heart that I feel like will always be numb, and I'm happy. I feel happy, but when I'm with somebody that love me, and I see like their level of like what they expect like from me, like in terms of like openness and like, even though I'm very open, but I'm more open in the bedroom. I'm more open like in like that way than I am like on some like in ways where I see dudes that's like really happy with their women and their women. I don't know if I'll ever have that. Like just happiness and we laughing every day and we like I have days where I don't want to see nobody. I don't want to talk to nobody. Just leave me alone. And it's not because I don't like you or nothing. I could be in the room, awkward silence makes me happy. Like I don't want to talk if there's nothing to really talk about. Like I have those days and I'm numb. I don't feel nothing. And then some days I'm like, it's lit. You know what I'm saying? And it's so for me, I think that's a part of my healing process. You know what I'm saying? That I have to have. And but I do got a lot of love, and I definitely love heart.
No, it's crazy because I said I relate to that so much because like it's coming up. I think I got into like this. You would think it come from like watching music videos and niggas talking about fucking bitches and all this.
Yeah.
But like I was introduced to like just woman at a young age. Like my mom was like grinding.
Likewise.
She used to have like, damn, this shit sounds so crazy having an interview. Like she used to have like the drug dealers like come into the second room and like fuck prostitutes. So I got introduced to it like
that's
super,
crazy.
Super early. So
that's
like
crazy.
when you said that the love you was looking for makes you more promiscuous, I had this conversation. I was like, bro, I think
like that was my way of feeling love.
Yeah, like, and it's not about getting the real love, how it looks, how it's supposed to look,
Facts.
but fucking all these girls, fucking different chicks being with different women every day. And it's like, that's where it was really an insecurity though.
Yeah, for sure. That was definitely my younger years. Like now though, I'm not as like wild as I used to be. Like, you feel me? As far as different girls, like all of that shit. But it's definitely that sense of like connection gets warped sometime from the pain. You know what I'm saying? And it's like,
when did your mindset shift though? When did you know this ain't right?
Let me see. My mindset shifted when I started. I think honestly, when I did years ago, I did a 27-day fast. I didn't eat food for 27 days.
You ain't eat no food?
No food. I was just on a water diet, and I was drinking like water and like it was like and I was taking these organ vitamins every day to clean my organs. So organ vitamins or water. So I got some of the nutrients from that, but I didn't eat no food. 27 days.
Nigga, you talking about God and energy? You should have just did 40 days.
Right? Facts. No,
that's
on God. And I'm actually working on something.
That's ignorant as hell.
I think, dog, I think we're superhuman, man. I learned so much out of it in that time. All the things that I was craving, all the things that I was feeling mentally was all in my pain body. And so during that time, I literally got rid of all of that during that time. And it was a painful process. A lot of crying, a lot of body aches, a lot of shivers, a lot of emotional, just bad dreams, a lot of darkness, and then light, bro. Literally, I didn't feel human no more. Like, I didn't feel the heaviness of the human experience. And that kind of reset my mindset. It reset my spirit. It reset my outlook on people, life, things, everything. And I realized at that point, like, okay, so this shit is really about, we have the power to literally die and be reborn again. So after that, I changed my whole lifestyle. I just started changing the way I maneuver with women, people, everything. I was just happier. I just my frequency raised to a whole other level.
I might have should have asked that last because I'm curious now. This is just me being selfish.
Yeah.
And like for the fans out there, I'm curious. What was that time like when we make Braid My Hair, Just a Friend? I mean, like you were on the run and you say like you took a break from music to be on top of the world. I don't know how. I know you was young to be on top of the world, right? To do whatever you want, then to stop that. Complete stop.
It was gradual, you know. It was, you know, music is something that's omnipresent, right? Once you put it out, it's just like it lives through people and through people. So it was gradual. It was a gradual stop to where it was like, okay, I was like, well, where's the music? Where's the it happened after my second album, I want to say. So I was like in my early 20s.
Is that what the Gucci and Sean Garrett song on it?
Nah, that was after. That came in my.
That was like 09? What was that?
That was like in my. Shit, I can't remember.
Coming back. You probably was like trying to make a comeback.
That was like, that was me like tapping back in. You know what I'm saying? Actually, that was in and out. I was in and out still around that same time. I was still living in Baltimore at the time when I did that. So that was like a little bit after, and then another small hiatus, and then I came back. So,
but how was that lifestyle? It had to been like a culture shock, because like you in the industry, like full out in the industry. Then it's like I'm kind of in, but people treating you differently.
Yeah, I think for me, because I was always a loner, it wasn't really too much of a difference.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying? I wasn't always the person that would reach out to other artists or like just go hang out just to be in the vibe. Like, I started doing that in the last 4 years. You know what I'm saying? Like, just being more of a independent artist and being more of a boss. I'm like, nah, like, you got to represent yourself. You know what I'm saying? There's no label. There's no, nigga, go. You got to go get it. You know what I'm saying? So that just changed my mindset. But how was it? It wasn't too much of a big deal to me. I had so much more real shit going on in my life that I wasn't really focused on what people thought about that. So it wasn't really a culture shock.
So now, we see you got the single with Lil Wayne and Tyga.
Yeah.
We see like
and other music. I put out a lot of music. I put out a lot of independent music. If you go listen to the catalog, it's a lot of good R&B out there that some of y'all might be missing.
Yeah, you had the other song with it was
Ty
about
Dolla.
Like, nah,
me and Ty.
You had that, but it was another song by yourself.
Oh,
it was like something about fucking two bitches together or some shit like that.
You talking about Like Her Too?
No, it was like some exchange. I forgot the word. So the music video reminded me of like some Michael Jackson type shit. It was a girl dancing.
Oh, you talking about Pretty Mouth Magic?
That, yep, exactly.
Yeah, that's my shit.
Yeah. So you had that. So
that was during COVID. That was my it was an EP I put out called Closer to Mars.
Yeah, so you've been definitely dropping music. I'm curious though. Yeah. Especially in the R&B side of the industry, we want to hear what connects with us, what we used to. Right?
Yeah.
How is it trying to put out this new music, but everybody want the old Mario? Like everybody want to hear Braid My Hair. You can like just a friend. It's
you got to do it. You got to push through that shit. How I see it, you got to push through it, because as artists, like sometimes we got to be selfish and do an experiment and do what we feel and what we want. And sometimes it ain't gonna always hit. But being a legacy artist, like when you got like raw fans, you actually have real talent. I feel like you can afford to take those risks. Because I feel like it's just only a matter of time for you to have another record that's a hit and that really connects. You know what I'm saying? Hip hop artists do it all the time. Niggas will release umpteen records, but then they have that one or two that pop crazy. You know what I'm saying? So you just gotta kind of, for me, that's my approach. I needed to experience, and I'm a creative person, so I have to put out things that I feel like putting out, even if it's different, just to experience it. You know what I'm saying?
Is it hard being a legacy artist and putting out new music? Is that hard for you? Or it's just something you're used to now?
I'm used to it now. It was hard in the beginning because I was like, damn, like it ain't hitting like my other, like, it's like you're in competition with yourself. And it's really what it is, bro. You really in competition with yourself, because like that's what people always bring up. It's like, yo, we need another this, or we need another. So you in competition with yourself. And I feel like as long as you're consistent and you keep going, eventually people will catch up to the new wave that you're on, and you will find the connection again. You will find a record that connects on that level. It just has to. The timing is everything. The stars.
What's the difference?
I just believe really hard, bro. I like, whether a record gets, 4 or 5 million streams, or whether it gets 100 million streams or more. Like, I just love what I do, bro, and I'm so fucking. I just nigga, I'm here. You feel me? And I love what I do, and I'm just gonna keep going. And I don't know. I can't control everything, but I'm gonna hustle, and I'm gonna keep going, and I'm gonna keep being a representation of what perseverance looks like, and until I get to where I want to go. I don't know everything else in between. This is the journey, bro. I'm here.
I was curious, like, to know, because this saying been going around for a couple years now, maybe 2, that R&B is dead.
Facts.
Right? Like, what is your opinion for the R&B, the state of R&B music right now? So it's such a cliche question, but what's your opinion?
Think about that. Think about that statement. R&B is dead. that just lets you know, like, just that conversation being had is like when you really love the girl you dating and y'all go through some shit and she's like, this shit's over, I fucking hate you. Like, bitch, you don't hate me, you love me. We just gonna do some real shit right now. You feel me? Like,
but what music? Just
I'm
stay
saying,
right
but,
there.
but
what music is gonna make me feel like that, like back in the day nowadays?
I know what you mean, and you're right. But I'm just saying when people say that they want it that much and they want that feeling back again that much, that's why they say that R&B will never be dead, bro. It can't die. How can it be dead? I mean, if you're talking about the digital crusade, and you're talking about like the fact that we just have like so much hip hop, so many artists, so much shit going on, that kind of clouds the fact that R&B may not be. Cause you gotta think when R&B was at its heights, like radio was way more condensed. You might hear like even in the 90s, in the early, like there was a lot more different genres being playing on some of the same stations. Then everything got segregated, like as everything expanded in the digital, and then you got so many charts. Look at how many charts now you got.
It's too many.
It's so crazy.
It's too many.
It's so, you know what I'm saying. And so like when you do that, then the perception of it gets crazy, but. There's certain R&B artists that's still streaming crazy numbers, that's still doing their things, that's still touring. Like we just did Atlanta last night, 14,000 people.
It looked crazy.
In 21 days. You feel me? And it's like, I'm about to go on tour, another R&B tour. Me, Robin Thicke, and Neo have been doing fucking 7,000 to 10,000 CDs for the past 4 months, spot dates, just gearing up for his tour that he asked me to come on. And it's just like, for me, I don't see it. I feel the energy. R&B is alive, nigga. I'm here. It ain't... Usher's doing fucking residency, doing crazy numbers.
Usher going crazy.
He going crazy.
Well, that's why I said I can't fuck with real niggas that be singing.
Right. Look at what CB doing. They been trying to cancel my nigga for years. Like CB killing shit. Nigga, he the GOAT.
Yeah.
It's too many. It's a lot. You know what I'm saying? So we just gotta keep. Y'all gotta keep supporting us, man.
Bro, you dropped. I'm sorry about keep going back to the single, bro. But like when I'm thinking about like legacy artists and like artists that came up as like when they was kids, it's not too many, right? That's still making music. But listen to the people that's still making music though, right? So this ain't really my time. I was a kid. Right. Usher started, I think, at 15. He's still GOAT status. Chris Brown, Lil Wayne, I think, was 12. Beyonce was a kid, right?
Crazy.
The ones I named are like legends. Like it was really good artists came up when we was kids, but they really like felt like they doing that thing, doing different shit. You are like kind of walking in that direction now because like you have a song that's really good.
Thank you, bro.
And you with Wayne and Tiger. How does it feel?
Yeah.
I don't want to say like legendary because I want to be respectful to them, but I don't want to disrespect you.
Yeah.
But like this is the category of people that you're making music with now. How does that feel?
It feels amazing. You know what I'm saying? Like, and we all have our different we all have our different journeys in this shit of ups and downs. But the legacy is the history of our catalogs, the shit that we've already done, but the fact that we're all still like hustling on our own way to stay relevant. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, it's full circle moment because Wayne did the remix for Crying Out For Me like years ago, and that shit still ring off. You feel me? Like, so I don't know, it's all full circle, man. And I feel like for me, it's just, I'm just getting back to having fun again. Like, main one is a representation of just like I have an alter ego named Rio, right? And this nigga, he just like to have fun. Like, that's the more fun, more outside part of me that you ain't see when I was growing up. I was singing like more serious love songs. But as I got older, I started just like wanting to make more fun music and shit. So this was kind of like a representation of that.
Hey, you know I got you. Bro, we had some great conversations. You know I got you. Rio was that nigga on the Verzuz stage.
For sure. Mario was singing. Rio was talking shit.
Bro, let's pause and talk about. Sure. I feel like I haven't heard. That's the one thing I haven't heard you talk much about.
The Verzuz shit?
Yeah.
I'm like one of those people I like to leave shit where it's at. Like I believe in real energy. So if it come up, it come up. If it's not, I don't really. If you look at my IG or over the years, bro, I'm not a trolling nigga. I don't know how to do that shit. I'm not good at that shit. I'm good at real energy. That's why it hit so hard, because it was raw and it was just like I wasn't faking the shit.
But it's not surprising. Well, just me looking back at the moment, it was. I'm gonna keep it all the way 100 with you, because I ain't about to even lie because we face to face. But on paper, you're not supposed to win that. On paper. Even you yourself.
Hold on, wait. All right, let's talk about it.
Nah,
nigga, hold on.
Go ahead.
Let's talk about it.
Don't ask me to name no songs.
Hey, I'm not gonna do that. But because I wanted you saying that with confidence. You saying on paper, I'm not supposed to win
a 20-song versus
with Omarion.
No.
How? How, bro? How?
B2K, Omarion,
Bro.
on paper.
Nigga, we can run through the records right now.
We can.
We can run through the records.
On paper, you're not supposed to win that. And I feel like
I feel different. I feel like,
of course you should. You should feel
no.
different.
I feel different because I feel like, for me, my shit. All right, this is what people forget. See, this is the tricky part about time and spaces. Or space, look it up. But like, my shit was split out over time. You gotta think them niggas had a lot of consecutive. When they was together, they had consecutive. Their impact felt big because they got the bigger looks that I didn't get.
Mm-hmm.
But record wise, like the sustainability of the records that I created, the rawness of the records that I created, hit different and it hit harder than a lot of that shit. In my opinion, like I just feel like. I feel like it felt bigger because in their time, yes, they were bigger artists. They had bigger moments. They had bigger tours. They had bigger branding. They had bigger opportunities. They did. I give you that. But Mario only had, what, 2 real albums?
Bro, don't give me a line. I don't know.
So how you going to say this?
Because I'm just telling you.
Do you know more Mario records than Omarion records?
Keep it 100. Your shit hit different. Because we still sing that to this day.
I'm asking you a question.
Bro, I'm answering your question. I don't listen to that nigga. I listen
to him when I was a kid. What are you talking about?
But I'm telling you I'm being real. On paper.
Okay.
On paper, you even said, I think you was on, with the Karen Silver podcast, you said, I think I got like 12 hits I could play. You even said that.
Yeah, bro. But he don't got 20 hits, nigga.
It's close. On paper, on paper, I'm not about to just sit up here and lie to your face.
He don't have 20 hits. That's why he had to do fucking. He couldn't. He ran out of his B2K
I don't even think
hits.
Did he play B2K shit? I don't remember.
I'm about to. I don't remember. How long you want? We almost over?
No, nigga, we not. But all I'm saying is,
hey, yo, the red went off on this camera.
No, we good. Look, this nigga is on. Nigga, let me work. Nigga.
Nah, bro, look, man.
On paper, all right. So let me finish my statement. This is my opinion. On paper,
that was a bold statement. Go ahead.
Okay, on paper. You wasn't supposed to win. I don't think so.
I think what you really mean is on the internet and what people thought is that I wasn't supposed to win. I think that's what the real thing is because I even felt that energy. I had a lot of emails and not emails, DMs like, yo, why would you do this? You about to get washed and did. But people just forget, bro. You gotta understand. I had a long drawn out. I put out 5 albums. Every one of my albums had a couple joints on there. Every one of them. You know what I'm saying? Except maybe my independent album, which still did numbers on its own quietly. But like every one of my albums had at least 1 or 2 joints on there that's like, okay, yeah. Only had 2 albums that had some shit on it. And then he had to go get in the B2K bag. Then he had to perform all these weird ass solo records and shit that he was doing. Listen, got some hits. He got some shit.
He do.
I fuck with some of his shit for sure. I'm just saying like, the energy of like what you just said to me, that's this type of shit I was dealing with before the verses. So that's
So it's fair to say that a lot of people was thinking a similar way. It's fair to say
and I think that's what you mean. You mean like in society.
But I think you had the real, and this is just my opinion. Like this is not even no research. This is just my opinion as a fan.
Yeah,
I think if we looked at verses, we would have known better because all of the verses from the beginning was kind of like that. The person we thought was going to win, it really just showed us how ignorant we was to the other person. So for example, I think who Sean Garrett went against? Was it Neo?
Nah, the Dream.
Dream.
Yeah.
You would think Dream is going to win. Sean Garrett had some shit. Jonte went against somebody. Personally, I didn't even know who Jonte was.
Yeah.
Look stupid again.
Yeah.
Like, and that was kind of, even when it came to the Locks and Dipset, like niggas like, it's Dipset. Another one again is like, it showed Fabulous and Jadakiss.
It's good.
You would think Fabulous, but again, and you, no different, you came out and showed why the talent, no matter what you think, no matter how many hits, you showed us why the talent is always going to supersede.
And the feeling, what you felt when these records came out. A lot of my shit was not manufactured.
Mm-hmm.
And no disrespect to B2K, but a lot of their music was manufactured. They were a boy band, bro. Boy bands are manufactured. You know what I'm saying? I was a solo artist, got it out the mud. Like those conversations we was having, that's like nigga me being in the studio, really having conversations with nigga about real life shit and making metaphoric records and really being artistic, and that's why it hit that way.
No, it does.
You know
Still to this day, I would be in the
blessing,
club.
for sure.
Still to this day, out here, just a friend, bro. It hit the same every time.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
So like you're right. I just want to give you. I tell you, I'm gonna give you flowers for
you
sure.
try to take them bitches away
I
for 2
ain't
seconds.
taking them away. I'm just being real. Like I ain't about to just be up here and stuff. I'm gonna be real
nigga,
with you.
for sure.
No, I'm gonna give you your motherfucking flowers.
For sure.
It's just, but so curious, right?
Yeah.
You know, you hear it and you heard it before the verses. Let's talk before the verses. You heard it.
Yeah.
How frustrating is that knowing that you that nigga, right?
Yeah.
But the world don't see it, and the world so quick to say, "Oh no, why you want to take this verse?"
I be trying to hide the frustration, but I think it came out a little bit on the verses. Cause somebody actually mentioned it to me. They was like, "Yo, you really look like you had animosity towards him." I was like, "Yo, it's not, bro. It's just that's just y'all put me on a nigga. Verses is made for hip hop artists, nigga. It's really made for niggas going back. It's really some street on the block, nigga, back and forth type shit. And so, what you want me to be fake?"
And it wasn't personal to him.
Wasn't
maybe
personal.
It's probably everybody else though. It got to be frustrating. Like, yo, like now I'm really him.
It wasn't real. It was just me being the nigga that I am, bro. It was just me being a talented nigga on stage having fun. Honestly, talking shit.
That Baltimore shit.
It's just it could have been whatever.
And it wasn't.
Let's just say it was somebody else, right? They would have had a better chance if they had other records. You know what I'm saying? There could have been other motherfuckers on there that could have watched me for real with their records, not with the talent though. You feel me? So it's just
But
it
you
was
ain't
what
just
it was.
beat Omarion that night. You really put on for R&B.
For sure, man.
Yo, it looked
sure.
what
I was performing at the people at home. Everybody else was focusing on the people in the audience. I was fucking with them too, but I knew that it was like people here that I needed to connect with.
Looking back on it, when you watched it, was it like a little bit, not you because you did the thing, but was it a little bit of secondhand embarrassment for like R&B? I think I seen stats.
That's what people was telling me.
It was
like somebody sent me a message the other day and said, "Yo, even though the verses as a whole is some shit, you did your thing." And I was just like, "Damn, like, yeah." I mean, I look, man. Like, I done toured with a lot of artists. I done been on these stages with niggas for years. Everybody on that stage, so I know when people can do better. Like a lot of artists on that stage have seen them perform better, way better. But the difference is the mix. Let me just talk technology for a minute. The mix coming from here into this, there's no auto-tune. You can't fake it. It's real. When you go to a venue and performing, there's screaming audiences. There's a lot to block what's really going on. You can play backing tracks. You can do all types of shit to hide. When you do a versus, it's really the mic going straight to the phone. So you can't really hide the little imperfections and shit. So people hearing shit like, "Oh, damn." Like, "Oh, shit. Nigga, this is what it really sound like." But it was a good thing for everybody. Everybody had fun. It was the biggest verses.
It's crazy because before the verses, when you was talking about the verses, it was a conversation around because you was on the Millennium Tour, right? But it was already a conversation of how the preparation showed in your set compared to everybody else's.
Yeah.
And I feel like that was probably just the same thing. Like you was like super prepared. Did you prepare for that a lot?
I'm gonna be honest with you, yo. Everything you saying is the opposite.
For real? You ain't prepared?
I'm gonna be honest with you. So before we got to the show, they was like, "All right, look, Omarion sent us a sequence of his whole show. Every song he's gonna do one after the other, and this and this and that. And he got a band and he got a this." And I'm just like, this is a couple days before the show. It's like he's bringing a band. I was like, damn, should I bring a band? I was like, no, why would I bring a band? They don't even have the right mix to bring a band through. It's gonna fuck up my whole mix. I was like, nah, just give me fucking keys and a guitar. No full band shit. And he's like, well, what about your sequence? I said, nigga, I'm not doing no sequence. I said, I know what songs I want to play. I don't know what order because I don't know the energy. I said, I'm going to go with the whatever flow, whatever, nigga. That's why me and my DJ was talking back and forth. I was like, nigga, no. Remember that? No, we're going to do this song because I'm going off of the raw energy. He had a whole sequence. So when the energy ain't go the way he wanted, he didn't know how to finagle the shit. I don't know. Maybe that's why he brought the watermelons and shit.
I don't know what niggas was thinking about with that shit. Hey, I don't know what niggas was thinking.
Oh man, listen, we had a lot of fun over the years, bro. This is just fun, bro. We just having it's just fun, man.
No, you was on some bullshit. And what was killing me was the energy thing, like the unbothered shit is like, nigga, you tight, bro, and it's okay, bro. Like, nah,
honestly speaking, just like he a good dude, man. You know, he's a spiritual guy. You know what I'm saying? He doing his shit. It's just different energy, bro.
No,
you know, it's a different energy.
Yeah, how was the? We hear Swiss and Tim always talk about like the versus effect.
Them niggas got rich off of that shit, boy. Them niggas got rich.
But they said they wait. We just seen the Earn Your Leisure assets over liability episode, and Swiss said he gave everybody a share in Triller.
Oh, I don't know what the Triller shit. I don't know the.
Wait, so you ain't get a
that.
share
In Triller?
Yeah.
Nah, bro.
That's what he just said.
I didn't get no. Maybe earlier investors or some shit like that.
He said the artist.
Nigga, I'm gonna go talk to my lawyer and shit. I ain't get.
Yeah, but I think that was part of the conversation. He said niggas probably don't even know about how it works or something like that.
Nah, maybe specific ones. Maybe the first few people who did it, but nah, there was no talks about shares.
Wait, so you ain't get paid for the show?
Yeah, of course I got paid for the show.
What about the?
They paid me great for the show. Don't get it fucked up. I'm saying overall, I said they got rich off of it. Like,
I was curious of
how
did the music, because we always hear about the versus effect. How was the music after? Did it jump up something crazy?
Yeah, man, that shit went crazy like right after. I wish I would have had a project ready. I ain't gonna lie to you, and I didn't. I didn't have, because the verses, like, that shit happened quick. We were having conversations for like 6 months, but then when everybody finally signed on, I didn't know for sure it was gonna happen. So I didn't have shit ready to go. So, but nah, man, it did what it needed to do.
Do you think how much? And it's gonna be a crazy question.
Yeah.
Just be fair though.
Yeah.
Do you think it's easy to be accepted as like this? And I don't want to say new artist, but reinventing yourself now because of the performance from Verzuz?
I just think it shifted the perspective of me now, and like it reminded people of the gravity of my staying power. For sure.
So 1 to 10, how much would you contribute versus to the success that you're seeing now?
I would say 6. I'm gonna tell you why. Because I didn't come right off the back of all millions of people, nigga, Instagram. It was a lot of energy for like that first month. I didn't come right off the back with a project. So I let the hype die down, or whatever you want to call it. Even though fans are still there, but I let that die down. You know what I'm saying? So I would say 6, because everything else was just hustle and flow. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, man, I appreciate the conversation, man. This
sure.
shit was fire.
For sure.
You got all the roses. I ain't taking them back.
Nah, I know, bro.
You got all the roses,
my
brother.
Nigga, I'm proud of you too, dog.
I appreciate
For
that.
Sure. Sure.
What's going on now? What can we expect next?
So the single's out right now. Video's out, going crazy, man. Main one. I got a tour coming up. I'm going out with Neo, Robin Thicke, Champagne and Roses. So we only doing like 15 dates. That's on my IG. You go click the link in the bio. Then I got another single coming top of the year, and then I'm working on the album. So I'm about to go in and make probably my best work ever. That's my mentality. I'm going in with that, and I when I say that, I mean like conceptually, visually, everything. So I'm excited about that for sure.
I appreciate it, man. Again, man. It's all love, man. Mario, Mr. J Hill Podcast. We out.